are around Prescott Valley, Arizona. These mountains in front of you are the Black Hills. Mingus Mountain is the high point. All right, so we are parked at the trailhead, which is just the side of the highway. It's called the Little Jaeger Canyon Trailhead, where the springs flow like Jägermeister. So I have something to look forward to here to rehydrate. So we're just hiking our way up. We're down, I think you can see the car down there on the road. We're getting up to this rim, and then I think it'll flatten out a little bit, but we still have a long way to go mileage wise to Mingus. So, but I think more of the climbing is in these first 2 miles, I think. Could be wrong on that though, because we are definitely not on runnable terrain, and that's me fresh. So I can only imagine when I'm over 100 miles in how I'm gonna feel on this. All right, so we've kind of tapped out on the plateau here, and it's still gonna go up gradually, but not super steeply, I don't think, if I'm reading the topo lines correctly. So we're just sort of meandering through the woods now for 3 miles or so, and maybe only going up, I don't know, 600 feet. Yeah, we're definitely up there on the plateau. We still are gradually going up. We're taking this road up to the main road that comes off the highway to get up to the main Mingus camp. So this is just road walking. You can see the road is going up though. But, you know, relatively, I don't want to say it's going to be easy walking during the race, but let's hope I can just walk. All right. We've hit the junction with the main road, and we just had, I don't know, maybe almost a mile on that dirt road, and now we have maybe another mile on this road. All right, so I believe there's an aid station somewhere here. I'm not going to go onto the private property, obviously. We're just going to continue. But somewhere you loop in here. This is where the ramp is, the paraglide ramp. The Mingus launch. I think we're right at about 8,000 feet. Yeah, of course it's still here. Look at this. Maybe not, 7815. I don't want to walk too close to the edge. Pretty epic. Right on the Mingus rim up here. So you're looking down to, I think, Cottonwood, Clarkdale. I don't know, they're like close to each other. Can't see Jerome right now. It's sort of hazy. You can see Cocodona in the distance. All right, so we've continued for, I don't know, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, and we are about to hit a tip-off point and start bombing down. Unfortunately, I've had to walk through snow. My feet are relatively dry so far, but I really hope there isn't too much snow here and I can get on dirt, because I would like to see what this descent is. Well, unfortunately, there's quite a bit of snow, and in some cases I am sort of post-holing. So it's weird because it's stopped. You can see it's about to stop, but then it'll start back up in a couple switchbacks. All right, we've emerged from the switchbacks. There was some steep snow on steep slopes that definitely slowed things down, and now randomly here's some more. Not on a steep slope though, but there's a junction up here, and we're gonna bang a left according to what I saw on the map. So it's marked with probably a number. What was the number? 105. So we are banging a left right here. I'm just gonna verify with the map and continue down, I believe. All right, so we are down. The vegetation or the biome's like sort of changing. We're not even down 1,000 feet from the top yet, but we're out of the snow and we're real secluded, crossing these little dry creeks, all sorts of pine needles and pine cones all over the place. So soft terrain for the most part. I mean, there's some rocks sometimes, but and the trail's very narrow. And it was overgrown a little bit up higher, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought, that descent. Now again, my legs are relatively fresh now, so but what I'm trying to do today is try to move at the pace I will during the race. So like a lot of sections like this where I would normally be running right now, I'm just sort of like hiking fast, maybe getting a little jog going, because I'd like it to be more indicative of race day. And I'd rather be on my feet for longer. So we were up on that plateau. I think we came down to that little saddle there, and then we descended to that drainage, and now we've been going up a little bit. So I think this is our little bump. All right, so we've been on an OHV track for a little bit. We've hit this little meadow, and we actually have to climb now. So this is our bump. It's so hard, the map, because the map I have is for the whole race. So it's to scale for the whole race. So it's hard to see the little ups and downs. So those little ups I had, I couldn't even see them on the map. But now we're gonna have a couple 100 feet to climb, I believe. And I believe we're actually crossing the road. And we might actually get up to that tower. But we're taking another forest dirt road that's not very direct. If we were on this road down to Jerome, it'd only be like, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles. But we're taking this long, convoluted road when we get to it, which might be like 10 miles. All right, so we've crossed 89A. So we're coming up. We're about 11 and a half in. So we were up there, that's Mingus, but we had to cross, and so we're very convolutedly coming way over here, and then it's still very convoluted. And you know, the next eight and a half down to Jerome. So at some point we will be all down to Jerome, but that could be another half mile or a mile for all I know. A lot of annoying little ups in this last 3, 4, 5 miles. All right, so I think we're done our ascending. It's gotten smoother. It was sort of rocky and steep down. Now it's smoother. I think we're just doing a big wrap. The highway is down there. So there is snow up on San Francisco peaks. I don't know why they didn't look that way from before. So anyway, great view from up here. From the Red Rock and of the Red Rock and all that. Awesome view. So I'm probably about 12. I think I'm gonna, since this is pretty smooth, I'm just gonna jog it out like another mile or so, and then I'll probably turn around. I'm gonna try to get a marathon in. I think I'll be happy with that. All right, well, according to my map, we've gone 13.2, so double that. 20, or I'm still going actually, 26.4, but maybe subtract a little for that aid station on top of Mingus. So I wanted to give myself like a quarter-mile buffer. I think here's gonna be the turnaround before we keep dropping more. But this just bends around and eventually drops into Jerome. So the highway's way over there. So I'm gonna screenshot where I am just so I can map it later to get the exact distance, because I would like to know. All right, we've made it back to the meadow, which means we're probably maybe 4 miles back. from our turnaround point, so 9 miles left, give or take. So that was a quick 4 miles for sure. Probably in the 40 to 48 minute range. Yeah, probably like 45 minutes. So now there will be some flat and down, but right, as you can see right here, steep up. So we've closed the distance quite a bit. I think our little notch is right over there. So we're gonna drop a little bit, cross this drainage, then we'll go up to that notch, and then it's, you know, decent amount of up then. So it's right there, but it's gonna be a lot longer than you think. I'd venture we have at least 2 miles on the trail until we top out on the plateau, probably more. So yeah, and to make it worse, we're gonna drop a little bit now, which means we'll have more vert to gain. So it's getting pretty warm out in the sun, but it's not too bad. This is like sort of the overgrown section. Yeah. All right, we've reached what I'm calling the saddle or the notch. So we got a lot of our climb out of the way. We still have, I don't know, 500 feet, maybe. I'm gonna take a drink break and a snack break right here, because I need it. Well, there is a big track here that looks like a bear claw. I'm not making that up. And you just saw it in the screen. This is annoying, coming up through the snow. But I don't know what else that could be. That was like, it wasn't as big as my hand, but it was much bigger than like any deer or cat track. So there's a cat track, I think. See that right there? So definitely cats up here, and I think bears too. Not sure if we're gonna see one. We are slowly slogging up these switchbacks in the snow. As you can imagine, it's not that fun. We've done it. We've hit the tip-off point. Thank God. Back on the plateau. Yeah, that was slow going up. But now there's basically no up left. Flat or down. Some very, very, very minor ups maybe. So, about 20 miles in. And I'm gonna see if there's water at one of these campgrounds. I'm not sure if it's turned on, but I'd like to fill up more because I'm almost out. All right, so we've come quite a bit on dirt roads, and now trail, and now you can see, I think that's the cart way down there. Probably can't see it, but now we're gonna drop steeply in only like I might only have like 2 miles left of the car, but we gotta drop, I don't know, say 1,300 feet. So yeah, steep drop now, but not too bad. Great view of, I guess that's Prescott over there, and Prescott Valley is more to the right, I believe. So awesome views though, and then the Bradshaw Mountains out there. All right, we're pretty much done our descent. This is Little Jaeger Canyon, and we're just riding it out until we hit our point on the road where the car is. I think we're like only a quarter mile away. So we're gonna be just under 7 hours. That's not great. Like 15.5 minute miles or something. I'd like to be like 13 or 14, but the snow complicated things a little bit. And anyway, we're almost back though. Finally saw some other people, aside from some vehicles up high. Just saw a couple hikers like a mile back. And we're back. We did it. About 5 minutes under 7 hours, so not super fast. It's warm. All done though.